I have worked as a family doctor my entire life, and in a career spanning over 35 years, I have met thousands of patients and I have treated numerous illnesses. However, one thing that I noted at an early stage is that so much of our unhappiness and illness is due to our lifestyle. And around 15 years ago, I was going in the same unhappy direction myself. I'm Dr. Annika Sörensen, and this is my Oxford talk. I was working full-time, my husband was working full-time, and our 3 then teenage daughter had school and activities, playing instruments and singing in choruses almost every evening, needing transportation and general support. All this needed careful planning, and time was just too short. I felt more and more out of control, and I am someone who wants to have at least some control. So it was more than I could take. I was very close to hitting the stress wall. Definitely no room for a calm fika break. I started to feel sick, and I knew I had to do something. But what? I was running so fast in the hamster wheel of life, and I had no time to reflect. But one thing came to my mind. Maybe I could squeeze in a course in stress management. As doctors, we are taught to take courses to improve our knowledge. I personally have taken lots of courses over the years. All our education is an endless row of courses. Ask your own doctor, and they will confirm. So I took a 9-month course based on science about health, not illnesses. And this was one of the best things I have done. It started me on a journey inward, and I began to see all the good I could do as a doctor. I could focus on promoting a healthy lifestyle outside the general healthcare system, where focus is more or less on disease. I found a way to help people stay healthy, not become patients in the first place. I started to read about stress, the why, the how, the where, and all the other questions on the subject. I realized that science had evolved and new fantastic facts had seen daylight since my med school days. When I studied medicine in the 1980s, we were taught that when a brain cell dies, it's lost forever. We could not regenerate brain cells. Simply speaking, we could only become dumber as the years pass. That is fortunately proved wrong now. We can regenerate brain cells all through life. It was discovered already in 1965 by scientist Joseph Altman. As an independent investigator at MIT, his results were largely ignored. The results were seen as too good to be accurate by other scientists. It wasn't until 1999 that it was rediscovered by Elizabeth Gould that the brain can create new neurons even into adulthood. And since then, science has advanced fast. We know today that we can expand and grow wiser until we die. Digging deeper into my own life, into why I was so interested in stress and also a bit vulnerable to stress, I realized that many years earlier, just when I took my medical exam, I went through one of the most challenging stress tests anyone can go through. I lost 2 people dear to me in just 1 week. First, my brother, severely ill with schizophrenia. He committed suicide. And just a week later, our firstborn daughter died at only 10 weeks old. She had a severe genetic illness. That threw me into the darkest valley of stress and despair. I think this experience shaped me deeply as a human being and as a doctor. but I didn't realize that at that time. So what did I do to get on with my life and to start working? I had been studying to work as a doctor. I had a lot of knowledge, but I had no experience. Every activity was new to me, and still I was supposed to be helping others. When I was so deep into my own grief and stress, I just had to find a way. I remember I asked for much longer consultation time with each patient, and remember that time was the key. In the first couple of weeks, I only saw 2 patients a day. Before each new patient, I could pause, take time to organize my thoughts on what to do, and then the same procedure afterwards. Pause and be in the moment, see what I and the patient had decided and done. Then start the process over with the next patient. This way to work let me slowly move forward. I was allowed to reflect, to be in the moment, and that felt good. It helped me to gradually crawl out of this dark valley and start living again. My main lesson here was that you need to be able to pause and think to move on in a stressful situation. If you are rushing through, your thoughts become a mess. You can only think clearly in the moment of here and now, and where the past and the future don't disturb you. And science tells us you can only hold one thought, one task active at a time. It is in this calm moment that you can think clearly and make sane decisions. It is the only way to deal with various stressful situations around us. For example, stress at work with your boss, colleagues, or employees, and stress at home with issues with family, friends, or our children for that matter. In my search for a structure to continuously help myself to stay calm in my daily work, I found this. In the military, they need to prepare the soldiers to be strong both mentally and physically in case they need to go out into war. When I learned about their way of strengthening the soldiers, I saw it is an excellent way to do that for all of us. Yes, you and me too. They have 3 aspects in their fundamental model, 3 aspects with equal importance. It is like a 3-sided pyramid, which makes it balanced. The first aspect is knowledge. Understanding how things work is vital for you to be able to do the work. And you get there by studying, reading, listening, and doing. The second aspect is physical health. The only way to get health, energy, and endurance is to care for your physical body. That is good sleep, healthy eating, and exercise. And the third aspect is mental health. Get a mindset towards what is possible, and you can do that by rejuvenation, by having great relationships with friends and family, even by having fun daydreaming and having nothing to do moments. This robust pyramid gives you a good base for knowing and understanding how we function. It gives you energy and strength to do the hard work, and it gives you a mental framework to cope with, the ability to think clearly, which leads to better decisions, resilience, and last but not least, empathy. If an army strengthens its soldiers against stress and complicated situations this way and finds it effective, the same can be applied to stressed out business leaders who need to get strong and organized. And this is a simple template to follow. Knowledge plus physical health/energy plus mental wellness. This makes you fit for the fights of life. Digging deeper into what this means, it becomes obvious that everything is based on mindset. When we know, we can do it and be active based on what we know. But still, every action starts with what we think. The body just executes what the mind tells it to do. The body has no will of its own to do things. Physical health. The only way to get good physical health is to take good care of your body. That means that you care for your sleep, care about what you eat, and that you are physically active. To do this, you need to set your mind on doing it. Your physical body cannot do it without orders from your mind. Mental health is, by definition, based on mental processes, how you care for your mind, your thoughts. This combines means you need to learn how to set your mind, to get a good mindset for what you want to do. But how? The challenge is to control your thoughts. Remember, the body just executes what the mind, your thoughts, tells it to do. The thoughts constantly come and go as they like, just like randomly as the clouds in the sky. They can be positive or negative. If you are stressed, you constantly will be bombarded with negative thoughts and feelings. But we can control our thoughts using willpower, and by that turn negative feelings into positive ones. That way you can make a momentary change of mood. Our thoughts and feelings are also contagious. We have so-called mirror neurons in our brains, mirroring feelings, both within ourselves and towards others. Positive and happy thoughts will mirror happier thoughts and feelings, and negative thoughts and feelings will generate a downward spiral with negative thoughts and feelings. And since I just told you that you can control your thoughts by willpower, the choice is yours. That brings me back to where I started. So much of our illness comes from lifestyle and stress. By using this model to set our mind, to care for ourselves, I'm sure we can lower that suffering. Lifestyle changes are not always easy, but they are possible. If we follow the principles of biology, we can upgrade ourselves with the 3 aspects in the pyramid and make us aware, energetic, and mindful. Yes, you do need all 3 parts to make it a balanced life. That will turn us into positive, happy, and resilient, and maybe also wiser human beings. And we will reflect that on our fellow humans by being the mirror for them. And this is where we will find calm and have time for a Swedish Fika moment. The question is, what action will you take to find your calm Fika moment? Thank you.